Okay, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ngayon po ay May 18, 2022, Wednesday. Ito po ang The Stock Market Today. Kung first time niyo po sa channel na ito, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. I do this report every day. And nire-report ko rin po ang latest news tungkol sa inyong paborito at pinaka-aktibong stocks. Kung gusto niyo po ng content, nimitahan ko po kayo na mag-subscribe sa aking channel. At kung meron po kayong gustong ipa-review na stock, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking pa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Anything I say in this channel ay hindi po financial advice. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Mega World. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, May 18, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, umpisahan po natin ang ating financial headlines from BDO Securities. Foreign investment pledges sink in first quarter 2022. Philippine budget deficit narrows to 6.4% of GDP. In our sectoral and company news, GTCAP core profits rise 18% year-on-year to 4 billion in first quarter 2022. MAC reduces losses to 26.9 million for first quarter 2022. DMC considers merging its mining units. Ito po yung DMC Mining at SCC. Then SEC clears N-Star IPO. But our main news is here, no? Flip-flopping BIR, and this is about Mega World. The Bureau of Internal Revenue Media Advisory sent on Tuesday afternoon surprised journalists covering the taxman for many years. It was the first time for as long as we can remember that the BIR identified which taxpayer it was supposed to shut down. Deputy Commissioner Arnel Gubalya, Regional Director Eduardo Pagulayan Jr., and other officials of the agency's Revenue Region 8B covering South National Capital Region will issue a closure order against Megaworld Corp, the BIR announcement read. Before issuing the closure order, the BIR was to host reporters for breakfast at Denny's in Megaworld's own upscale Uptown development in BGC. Sources said the closure order was supposed to be issued today, on the very day the BIR called the press conference, hence the advisory being issued a day before. At first confused if it was really the real estate giant which BIR would close down due to unpaid taxes, BizBuzz quickly texted Gubalya to clarify if it's Megaworld or perhaps just a pogo nearby, similar to their Oplan Candado operations in the past. Gubalya's short reply to BizBuzz was, "Secret." In response, Megaworld also issued a statement saying that we have already reached out to the concerned BIR regional office and the matter has been clarified and resolved. After a reporter tweeted the advisory, the listed firm's stock fell 9%, although it recovered in minutes. Buyers came in hot. Meg closed up 294% from Monday by the end of Tuesday's session. Nearly 3 hours after the first media advisory, the BIR sent an updated one signed by Pagulayan which read, "The May 18 activity is being held in abeyance until further notice." Representatives from Megaworld manifested their full cooperation with all the requirements of the BIR, the country's biggest tax collection agency said. Who blinked first? Was it an intentional advisory sent to the media, which perhaps tax officials hoped would immediately reach the company to also quickly collect whatever MegaWorld owed the BIR? Whatever it was, the company sources tells us that the issue was about an audit of sales revenues, an audit that hadn't been conducted yet. No formal notice was also served on MegaWorld, insiders said. There's also a lingering question of whether the company is in fact under the jurisdiction of the BIR office in question, we hear. Incidentally, word on the street is that BIR's Pagulayan is retiring next month. Yan po ang piece natin sa MegaWorld. So let's take a look at MegaWorld later. I think we have a request for MegaWorld. So tingnan po natin kung ano nangyari dyan. And the implication of the announcements and counter announcements from MegaWorld and the BIR. In the meantime, let's take a look at your request. Ito po, from Philip Gons. Any thoughts on APL? Sige po, sama po natin si APL. And then from Rodgen, sir, please include BPI, MBT, SPNEC, and MER for your discussion tomorrow. Thanks again. Stay safe and healthy. Salamat po, Rodgen. Sama po natin yung request ninyo. And then Victor Bagos request is, sir, pakisilip bukas ang MEG. Yan. Sige, silipin natin si MEG, MREIT, PureGold, KEEPR, GTCAP, Globe, and Ali. Naku, ang dami nito. Anyway, so ang gawin natin ay hatiin po natin ang ating episode, so hindi po masyadong mahaba. So we'll do a first part first on APL, BPI, MBT, SPNEC, and MER. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the 7 will be on the second part. Okay, salamat po. So let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index on how it performed today. All right, the PSEI gained 132.94 points or 2.02% up to end at 6727.60. Let's put up our indicators, pero bearish pa po yung trend, Yung RSI has still to reach the midpoint at 46. Nasa 46 po siya, ang midpoint po natin ay 50. Pero 3 days ago, it was oversold at 26. So yung market activity naman, 134 companies advanced, 60 declined, while 45 remained unchanged. The all-share index also gained 1.60%, while all the sectoral indices are up except for properties, which went down. The gainers was led by the mining sector at 2.72, followed by services at 2.70%. I-review po natin yung inyong request. We'll review 5 and then the other 7 will be on the second episode of today. So we'll be reviewing APL, BPI, MBT, SPNEC, and MER. So unahin po natin si APL. Requested po ito. Okay, APL, well, on the short term, it's just moving sideways. Kung makikita niyo po yung indicator po natin, yung short term, it's just piercing through the candlestick. Pero RSI is almost at the midpoint at 49.51. On the short term po, moving sideways, but yung ating long and medium term indicators are still above, meaning to say that in general, the stock would have to see some upward movement so that we can say that the trend has changed. So yun po, Meantime, yung ating support for APL ay nandito po sa 4.11 centavos. While the resistance, let's take EMA50 as our resistance at 4.87 centavos. Next, we have BPI. Si BPI ay, naku, nagkaroon siya ng surge, 4.20 or 420 centavos up, or 4.53%. So looks like there is a large recovery today, and for the third straight day it had a green candlestick. So right now, the previous day it jumped 2.43, while the 2 days ago it's 1.80%. So mukhang nagre-recover po siya. Well, the RSI is already past the midpoint at 53, and since the closing price is higher than our moving averages, I would say that there is an indication that the trend may be changing. In the meantime, yung pinaka-resistance po, nandito po sa area to, nasa 100. While the support, let's put the support here at 91.76, ang pinaka-support area po niya. Then, Metrobank. Si Metrobank ay okay, nag-recover po siya. 3 days ago, there was a doji here no May 16, pero 2 successive green candlesticks. Looks like it's on the way to recovery, but the short-term indicator is still a bit higher, no? Yung ating short, medium, and long-term are still above the candlesticks. In the meantime, support is here at 49.85. Resistance is here at 55.95, or almost 60 centavos. And then Solar Power Nueva Ecija. Ito, matibay itong si Solar Power Nueva Ecija eh. No, nag-IPO lang siya noong December, but it's still holding, ano? Okay, looks like there is a change in trend for SPNEC, ano? Or Solar Power Nueva Ecija, with RSI already past the midpoint at 58. So approaching bullish na po siya, with our short-term and medium-term indicators already, the closing price is already above our moving averages, which may mean that the trend may be changing from bearish to bullish. Yung ating support is here at 551. So mapapansin po ninyo, puro green candlesticks po since May 6, which would indicate some sort of a recovery. And yesterday there was an engulfing green candlestick of anong gain ito, 8.70%, or 14 centavos, ano? But right now it had a doji. So promising po yung movement ni SPNEC, and I think it's turning bearish already. Okay, and then after SPNEC, MR. MR is, wow, green engulfing candlestick, and looks like the trend is reversing from a bearish to a bullish trend. So ito po, no, nagkakaroon po ng weakening candles po dito, and right now there is a bullish candlestick. Tingnan natin kung meron pong news. Wala naman, no. I would say that kaya siguro bumababa po ito, may mga refund po siya, no. Yung computation niya, ni-refund niya this May, no? May overcharging po siya na ginawa sa mga consumers, kaya po siya bumababa. But right now, there is a recovery. Tingnan natin yung quarterly report. Yeah. I think this is for the first quarter. Income statement, gross revenue, net income, after tax. Yeah, meron siyang gain na 5.659. I would suppose this is billion, ano? Yan po. Compared to the previous year's first quarter of 4.357. So meron pong gain si Meralco. Yesterday, lumabas po yung FS niya for the first quarter. And I would say, yung fundamentals o yung news na yun plus market sentiment pulled the stock up. Yun po, no? So, pinaka-support po niya nandito sa area to 330, while the resistance nandito po sa area to Yan, 356.75. Okay, yan na po yung pinaka-last stock po natin. Okay, abangan po natin yung second part, ano? Yung second part po natin ay we will be discussing the fundamentals of 7 stocks requested by our subscriber and the latest news on Mega World. Okay? Yan lamang po and see you on the second part.